Saving for retirement has become a high-stakes game for millions of Americans. Over the past 50 years, the 401k plan has completely transformed how Americans prepare financially for their later years. This innovative retirement account allowed workers to save pre-tax income and invest it like any other asset, shifting control and market risk from disappearing traditional pensions to individuals themselves. Originally designed as a supplementary savings tool, the 401k has morphed into a financial pillar for many. But the question remains, will it be enough to support future retirees? Let's explore this complex journey. Ancient roots of retirement security. The concept of pensions isn't new. Back in 13 BC, Caesar Augustus introduced tax-funded retirement for Roman soldiers, providing them with 13 years of salary after 25 years of service. Moving away from rewarding them with land. For centuries, pensions mainly served military personnel until the mid-1800s, when some U.S. cities began offering retirement funds for teachers, police officers, and firefighters. The private sector followed, with companies like American Express setting up pension plans in the late 19th century. Germany took a pioneering step by establishing a national retirement system in the 1880s for citizens aged 70 and older. By the 1970s, nearly half of American private workers had pension benefits, but that landscape began to change. The unexpected rise of the 401k. The 401k was born from a seemingly obscure addition to the U.S. tax code in 1978 that allowed employees to defer compensation from stock options and bonuses. A year later, a benefits consultant named Ted Benna saw its potential as a retirement vehicle and crafted the first plan for a client bank. Though the bank initially hesitated, uncertain about the legality, soon 401ks caught on, boosted by employer tax incentives and matching contributions that encouraged workers to voluntarily save. A powerhouse of retirement savings today, Americans hold around 1/3 of the country's GDP in 401k accounts, an astonishing $9 trillion, fueling the investment economy. About 70 million people rely on these plans, which contrast deeply with traditional pensions. Instead of waiting years to vest in employer-managed funds, 401ks put the control in employees' hands, letting them decide how to invest. Most choose target date funds, diversified portfolios aligned with an individual's age and retirement timeline, yet about half admit they don't know exactly where their money goes. The risk of early withdrawals, but here's where it gets controversial. 401k savings have become an accessible lifeline during financial hardships. In 2024, almost 5% of participants took hardship withdrawals, more than double the rate before 2020. Those under 59.5 faced a 10% tax penalty for dipping into their funds prematurely. Congress has steadily relaxed restrictions, exemplified by the CARES Act during the COVID-19 pandemic, that allowed penalty-free withdrawals. Does this ease of access undermine the plan's purpose, or is it a necessary safety net? Falling behind despite growth, more than half of Americans feel they are not saving enough for retirement. Only a tiny fraction, under 3%, of 401k accounts hold $1 million or more. Fidelity Investments reports that average yearly contributions in 2024 hovered near $8,800, far below allowed limits of $23,000 or $30,500 for those over 50. Critics argue that 401ks primarily benefit wealthier individuals, leaving many unprepared for retirement's realities. While some bipartisan discussions hint at reform, meaningful government action remains elusive. Generational shifts in savings. Interestingly, Generation Z currently has 3 times the 401k assets that Generation X had at a comparable age in 1989. For Americans in their 50s, when retirement savings typically peak, the median balance is about $249,136. Behavioral patterns vary by generation. Over half of baby boomers actively choose investment options, while only a quarter of millennials do the same. This raises questions about financial literacy and engagement across age groups. The hidden fortune of forgotten accounts. One overlooked issue is the $1.7 trillion locked and abandoned 401ks, approximately a quarter of all accounts. These often result from job changes where employees fail to transfer or roll over their funds into new accounts. The Department of Labor has created a searchable database to help individuals locate lost savings. Financial experts, including the AARP, advise consolidating accounts during job transitions to avoid confusion and lost money. Shockingly, about one-third of people who change jobs end up cashing out their 401k, potentially sacrificing long-term growth. This evolving story of the 401k illustrates both immense opportunity and significant challenges in American retirement planning. Will future reforms strengthen the system for all workers, or will inequalities deepen? What's your take? Are 401ks a reliable financial foundation or a risky gamble? Share your thoughts below. This article is featured in the October 2025 edition of Deseret Magazine.